Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Spyder Rider UK channel. It's a bit of a cold late November here in the UK. It's very wet outside, and the weather's not not that brilliant. I thought I would just do a little video just talking about the Spyder, and talking about the main reason for this video is kind of on the back of a comment that somebody is thinking about purchasing one of these in the UK, and they were kind of like a little bit unsure about various aspects, like the insurance and how much potentially he would use it, or that person would use the Spyder, that sort of thing. So I thought I would just kind of talk about my reason for purchasing this. So this is the Spyder RT Limited. It's a 2023 version. It's only just done about, I think I've put on about 1,500 miles since I've had it, and I've not even had it a year yet, so not many miles, you know. So my main reason for purchasing this, I think for me, is I was too lazy. I couldn't be bothered to go and get the training for a CBT license to ride a two-wheeled bike, and I kind of, at that time, I kind of wanted to go out on the bike, if I was to go that route, if I would have gone down that road, to take, you know, gone out with the missus, done some tours, you know, that sort of thing. But it was only till a friend down in Cornwall, you know, said, "Oh, you can ride a trike on a car license," and I just thought, oh, you know, I've not really even considered a trike. And so I think for us, it was a kind of a better deal, really. At that time, I didn't really even think about the insurance. I didn't really think it would be a huge issue, to be honest. And luckily, we've got a garage, and I must admit, I wouldn't have purchased this if I didn't have a garage. There's no way in my last place that I lived, it would just been out on the road in the rain, day in, day out, and I just thought, there's just no way. And also, these bikes are not particularly cheap. You know, you're kind of looking, a second-hand one, you're kind of looking anything from, you know, 10,000 up to 17,000. I mean, this one was 29k. You know, what crazy person spends 29k on a trike? That's like, I know. But that being said, the place that I got this, the trike guy who's in the UK, offered a very good deal in a finance deal, where I could put down £10,000 deposit and finance the rest over 5 years. So I thought, and the interest rate was very, very low. So if he wouldn't have had that, I doubt if I wouldn't have pulled the trigger on this, I must admit. And at that point, we then started looking in insurance, and I realised at that point, and it was getting a bit challenging trying to get insurance, and probably common sense should have said to do that beforehand. So don't do what I did. Go and get your insurance first, or at least get 2 provisional yeses before you pull the trigger. And for us, this is not our main vehicle. So this is purely a vehicle that we use as a means of pleasure only. I don't use this to commute, to go and do the shopping, or anything like that. So we kind of generally only use it on dry days. and hopefully we might get some dry days in the winter. Last couple of weeks have been a little bit dry, but we've had other stuff, so we've not really been able to get out. And so I've got the battery tender on this one now, and it's turned off at the moment, but I always monitor the battery levels, because I've got a tracker on this one as well, which in the app it shows you what the battery levels are, which is great. And so yes, the weather isn't, you know, you can have those days and weeks where it, you know, certainly this time of year where it can be a little bit crappy, but it still wouldn't put us off from going out if we needed to. We've got a charity ride coming up potentially next week where we have to put our Santa suits on and head out with a load of other people. But if it's absolutely chucking it down, I'll be like, oh, I'm not so. It won't be that much fun, really. I don't know. So we're kind of like seeing what happens with that. And it would be really interesting to know if there's any people over in Canada, in the US, that kind of that also has one of these. Because it'd be really interesting. Do you ever see them out on the road? Because I've never seen, even now, up to now, apart from this one, I've never come across one on the road. I mean, yes, we've seen some trikes. But it's only till we go out on the bike nights that we actually do get to see these on the road. They're just so, you know, they're so unique and just I never even knew they existed. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? I've been driving for all these years and I've never seen one of these, and you know, we do often get a lot of looks. I mean, it's a lovely looking machine, and it certainly gets a lot of interest when we go out and about on it. So yeah, it'd be really interesting to know if you've ever seen one of these on the road. But yeah, it's and also the other issue that is servicing. Now, we live in Devon, which is the southwest of England, and there's only a couple, maybe even one, that we may be able to take this to get it serviced under warranty. Now, there is a place that is local, more closer. It's one in Paynton, which is an hour away, but it's not a Can-Am dealer. They do these, and they do trikes, but because I have a 5-year warranty on this, I really would like to take it to a dealer for at least the next 5 years, if we keep it for the next 5 years. And but after that, you can free to take it anywhere you want or do it yourself. It's doable. But I've got to say, getting hold of the kits to do it yourself is not easy, I'll be honest. And also we have the big question next year when we come to renew our insurance with this, is whether we'll get insurance. That's because I joined a Can-Am group on YouTube, and a lot of insurance companies are just saying, sorry, we're not going to insure you. You know, even though you've been insured with them for 1 or 2 years or whatever, they just pull the plug on it, and it's like, great, thanks for that. So it could be interesting to see what happens next year with this. But the nice thing is, it's off the road, it's in the garage. I can take as long as I need to insure it. So if I can't get insurance for a year, then I just don't ride it for a year, you know, and just kind of see what happens. But yeah, there's no denying it's a lovely machine. And if you can, you know, but it's all down to personal preference. Of course, it is whether you would buy one of these, and depending if you have a garage or somewhere safe that you can lock it up overnight. The insurance companies here in the UK seem to be really hot on that. and we've gone, the extra mile. We've not only got a tracker on this, we've got this data tagging system on this, so you put like DNA stuff all over the panels and stuff, all hidden, and microchips and stuff hidden in places within the systems within the bike. So if it was somehow stolen, I mean, at least you may be able to kind of trace it, so to speak, trace it back here anyway. And in terms of kind of running cost and stuff, I mean, to fill this up with fuel, it's £20. It's great. It's just I love filling this up. It's just 20 quid. It's brilliant. And so in terms of kind of running cost, the insurance for the first year was £700. It's quite expensive for the first year. I'm hoping that will reduce. It should reduce to considerably less. I'm hoping around the kind of 300 to 400 mark, if I can get insurance next year. And in terms of kind of stability and that sort of thing, it's super stable. It's really easy to ride, and obviously it's not going to fall over, and it's safe to have a person on the back. And I've taken off I've got some of these cool covers. I'll just show you. Hold on. I've just got these. I use these in the summer, because it does get, when the summer, it does get quite warm, and the seats can get a little bit warm. Not crazy, but just a bit. It's getting a bit warm. So I use these in the summer period. But in the winter, I've taken them off because it was actually creating quite a cool. They work. They certainly keep you cool. But in the winter, it's not great. So these come off. And let me just pop these back up here. And the thing is, it stops the heated seats. It stops the benefit of the heated seats from working. So now the heated seats, you can feel it a lot better. And I mean, I do wear a heated jacket underneath my in the winter when we are out on it, and it does make quite a nice difference. So yeah, I just thought I would kind of just talk about the ownership of one of these, and whether you should buy one of these, and it really does depend, like I say, on your personal circumstances. But for us, this is just, it's a luxury kind of pleasure vehicle, really. It's not, like I say, not a main vehicle, and it's, for us, it's I've never had a bike before, and I've always kind of been interested in them, wanted one, but I've never just gotten around to it. Life just gets in the way, doesn't it? And I thought this is a perfect opportunity to be able to experience what you two-wheeled guys get to experience. Well, to a degree. Obviously, it's not a two-wheeled bike, and it handles completely different to a two-wheeled bike. But I think, I mean, obviously, I've not experienced a two-wheeled bike, but for me, this is common. I would say this is safer. But that's up to debate. If you hit somebody, if somebody hits you on this, it's not going to end well. Put it that way. It's certainly not as safe as obviously as a car, but but there's always risk in everything, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And up to now, we've not had any issues, and we tend to just go out during the day. A nice day, a nice ride out onto the moors, that sort of thing. Have a bit of lunch. We always tend to park it where we can kind of keep an eye on it and see it. I mean, I've got various locks that I use on this. I've got a disc lock for the rear, and a cord that kind of extends to the handlebars, which is alarmed as well. But like I say, the nice thing, nobody's just going to be able to come along and pick this up and chuck it into the back of a Ford Transit, for instance. I mean, it obviously weighs quite a bit. So I guess in a nutshell, there's pros and cons to everything in life, isn't it? No matter what you buy, it's. But for me, it was life's about experiences, and I thought we could do it. I mean, luckily I had some spare money. I sold my house, not to buy this, but just because we had two houses, and it was just pointless having two houses. Things in the UK are not particularly cheap, and it didn't make sense to keep two houses running, so it made sense to move into this slightly bigger house with a garage with my partner. And we thought, we're not getting any younger, and so if you can do it, I would say do it. But it all, like I say, it all depends on your personal circumstances, etc., etc. So I'll just give you a little show. I've just got a cover on this to keep the dust off, kind of during the. So this is our black. It's matte black. It's got a lovely finish. It's a bit shiny here. Obviously, this is matte. It's just, and we've got a charger there, which just keeps it ticked over. It's not on at the moment because it's 12.8 volts. I only pop it on now and again just to kind of top it up. And it's. We love it, and look how shiny. And you got the Brembo brakes, lovely and shiny. Look at that. Not a bit of dirt. I do like to keep it. Super clean, and try why I probably, that's probably why I don't try not to ride it in the wet if I can. We did occasionally have a little bit of a rainstorm. We was out a couple of weeks ago, and it started absolutely chucking it down, and do you know what? We just didn't get wet at all. It was really, really, really good. And it was throwing it down the rain, and it's lovely to control, lovely to ride, feels very safe, and there's lots of storage as well. So who knows? In the future, we may hop on it and stick a tent on the back and go camping somewhere in the UK, probably in the summer, no doubt. But I just love coming out here and just kind of. Giving it a clean, or doing what needs to be, get some of the dust off or whatever. It's just a nice. It feels just nice, a nice place to be. It's comfortable. The seats. I've got the backrest on this one as well, which helps on those longer rides. I generally find. Even though this is kind of like a long distance touring machine, I would say for me, 2 to 3 hours with a few breaks in between is probably I'm starting to, sometimes your arms get a little bit tired, and just a bit, you can start to get a bit tired, just because I think it's just because it's you're having to concentrate obviously a lot more on this than I would say my car, for instance. So we've been to places, a couple of hours out. We're going to have to take it to Poole next year to get it serviced, which is at least a 2 hour, I would say hour and a bit ride for us, which will be a nice ride. I think it should be quite easy, and there's lots to do at the place that we're going to be getting it serviced as well. So it will be a nice day out, and that'll be really good. Hopefully, if I can get insurance. But my next service interval is 3,000 miles, and so I've had one service already. I probably didn't need to do that service, but I did it at the 6 to 800 miles that I did it, because it was new, it was still running in. and it made sense just to get all that oil out, really. So yeah, I just thought I would kind of just broach the subject, and it's also interesting. I really thought that this channel would kind of like explode, like I'll get like 100,000 subscribers. You have all these like wild ideas about how your channel will perform, and it's just it just hasn't gone that way at all, really. And it surprised me, because I thought this kind of subject would be a bit of a niche in the UK, because it's just, you don't see them, do you? It's just not something you see every day. And I thought that maybe the channel would go a bit mental, really, because but no, it's I've got not even 50 subscribers, and whilst that is great, and that's and I really appreciate everybody that has subscribed. It's just not one of those channels that seems to have taken off. I mean, maybe I should do more, I don't know, but the trouble is, it's like when you have to work full time in a job. I work in IT, and I work from home, luckily, but and also I do some other YouTube channels as well, one of which is got nearly 5,000 subscribers, so or heading that way at least. So I'm kind of more concentrating more on that, to be honest, because that's earning me a little bit of money on the side, so yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. So if you've got any questions, guys, if there's anybody that wants to ask me any questions, I'm hoping to do some more videos on some ride outs, etc., coming up next time we go out. But yeah, if you've got any questions, just hit me up in the channel, in the comments. So lovely chatting to you guys, whoever watches this. And hopefully it's been informative, and might help you kind of figure out whether you would want to purchase one of these. I mean, I must admit, the Trike guy in he's just based in Manchester way. It's not in Manchester, it's just close to it. What I liked about that particular place is you could go and look at the various other models and makes of trikes, because he's not only got Spyders, he's got Roecos, he's got various other gold wings that you can kind of sit on, and he'll take you out on a little test ride. He'll hop you on the back, and you can go out on it and experience what it's like to be on one of these, which was super helpful. That having that option there was really helpful, and obviously helped me through the finance process as well. So it was really good, and he also delivered it to us, because I wouldn't have ridden this back from because it was like 700 miles and stuff. I thought, no way. So for a small fee, he was able to bring it down to us, and he reversed it into the garage for us as well, which was really nice. So yeah, they're a lovely bunch of guys, and I mean, obviously I'm not affiliated at all with any of them, but a big shout out to those guys, really, because they were really helpful. So yeah, hopefully this information has been useful, valuable to you guys, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. So until then, I'll catch you later. Bye for now.